What's good, everybody? The NFC West Roundtable. CG is the host, and I got my fellow NFC West guy, Joe Baggs, competing for all the marbles. And then we got the two bottom guys, Steezy A Smith and my boy, AZ Sports Fan. Y'all on the bottom. What's good, brother?
Dang, what an intro, man. I just want to go ahead and say the Suns are the best team in the NBA. I'm switching sports right now, so I'm cool with that. I'm going to take my hat on it. Hey, don't look at me, Joe.
Hey, AZ, I'm asking, where the Sea Red at, bro? Haven't seen him since.
Hey, you're right, man. You're right. I don't know. I put it on my community post, but when we don't do so hot, we don't have the people coming.
They're sad still.
They're sad. Yeah, I'm sad too.
Can't blame you guys.
Yeah, yeah, I can't blame you guys, but we can get on to this debate of this let's get on to the recap of these two games. All right, we'll start off with the Niners over the Packers, which I already predicted that game, and you guys thought I was crazy, just a little delusional, right?
Yeah.
Did you guys really think I wasn't as confident like most other Niner fans? Some of the Niner fans even thought, I don't know about beating the Green Bay Packers.
Okay, first of all, CG, do not try to tell me that you were like sitting there thinking, we're not going to score an offensive touchdown and get 2 blocks and win this game. So I don't want to hear that confidence level, all right, out of you.
No.
You know that some stuff had to happen, okay? Yeah. And you guys didn't just necessarily handle it. You know what I mean? Your score prediction was 31-20.
Yeah, I was a bit off, but if it wasn't for those 2 key plays, I would definitely agree on that part. But man, dude, it took a lot of guts and balls for me to say it. It's like it takes a lot of confidence and a lot of that energy. But okay, for that recap of that game, I'll be straightforward about it. Like the way we started off, first half, they got the first drive, and I thought, man, this might be a long day if we don't have an offense. And offense was looking terrible. Jimmy was kind of holding on to the freaking ball, almost throwing away games a little bit. I was like losing my mind and say, damn you, Jimmy, damn you, what the heck? And then the defense kept getting to Rodgers, kept sacking him left to right, and we kept pressuring this guy. We kept making his life miserable, but then it came down to special teams. The last quarter of the game, 3.5 quarters, that's when they started to choke. The Packers, all they had to do was just pretty much block the guy, and they just got the block punt, and we were able to score, and that's what made momentum. A block punt was momentum. Stopping Aaron Rodgers on that final drive was huge, and the fact that we were able to move it down the field to get into field goal range was big. I was relieved. I ain't gonna lie. I actually lost the hope and said, we're not gonna win. And then for that minute, bro, I was like losing my mind. And then my mom says, you lost hope of the team. Don't say you did. Don't say you had confidence because you lost hope. And I'm like, come on. Did you really think we're gonna win with that kind of game? And I was like, oh man. What was your thoughts of it, guys? Okay, so we'll go with Dank.
I want to jump in and say this is a story I've seen from you a lot, CG. Is the 49ers doing something, and then CG's in our group chat like, we suck, we ain't doing nothing, and then all of a sudden he's like, yeah, what did I tell you? It's not the first time. But I will say, first and foremost, I want to give credit, okay? Credit to the 49ers. I do believe they deserve to be in this game right now. They have played well enough to get it done. And when you are running the football on 3rd and 7 to put yourself into a position to get a field goal, and you get it, respect, definitely respect. What I will say about these 49ers right now is they've had 2 games where multiple things needed to go their way for them to win, and those things happened. And yeah, we go back to the Dallas Cowboys game and Dak and Mike making terrible play call decisions there to help out the 49ers. And then this one where this season, the Green Bay Packers special teams has been absolute trash, and that showed up again. And 49ers, in fairness though, what I will say, took advantage of it and ran with it, won the game, handled their business, and now we're off to SoFi. Love it.
Yeah, definitely. So what do you think of it, AZ?
Yeah, man. Hey, I got to give you kudos, dude. I got to give you kudos. And I do think that we got to get you a crown for being the guy who got the most wins out of all. So, hey, man, congratulations. I didn't think that was going to happen the way that it did. What we're seeing a lot of like trends is what it seems like. The Packers never beat the 49ers. The 49ers win. The Rams always beat Tom Brady and, the Buccaneer. And that's what happened. It's just so crazy. I just wouldn't have thought that that's exactly what we're going to see. We saw a lot of good games, especially that Chiefs and, that Chiefs and Bills game. We're not talking about AFC, but that was a crazy game. But kudos to your team, both you guys, for taking care of business. And obviously, we couldn't do it. I'm still a little salty, a little bit bitter about it, but we're still number 2.
Hey, your owner's salty too.
Oh yeah, can we talk about that a little later on? Yeah,
we'll go that later. Yeah.
Okay, go a little later. But what does Steezy think of the Niners and Packers game?
I mean, I said this on Twitter, but hats off to you guys. Congratulations for being in the NFC Championship. I mean, I don't think anyone outside of 49er faithful really predicted such an outcome. I definitely paid for it, and literally paid for it. I had money on the Packers just because I thought it was such a surefire victory. And here I am, just wallet feeling a little less heavy than what it once was. But yeah, I mean, for you guys to come out and do that in the snow, that was literally their turf, their weather, their home field, in the snow, in the cold. San Fran, you guys are a cool weather team, and so I kind of had my concerns about whether or not you guys were going to be able to adjust to playing in such freezing temperatures. But for Aaron Rodgers and that offense, I mean, kudos to you guys' defense. D'Amico Ryans, after that first drive that the Packers had, in which they scored on, they were pretty much shut out. And so D'Amico Ryans, I would not be surprised if he was a head coach somewhere else, because he truly deserves it. And like Joe said, special teams, they definitely took advantage of it. The Packers, I didn't expect the MVP to be in Aaron Rodgers to not put up a single touchdown. But I guess that goes a long way, at least as far as your guys' defense goes. And so it'll definitely be a good matchup, a great matchup against the Rams. We'll get into predictions later, but I can't stand to see the Rams hopefully win the Super Bowl. So I'll be rooting for the Niners.
Okay. Damn, that's cold, bro. I guess I would have thought you would have had more dislike on my Niners, but I guess the Rams are something you can't stand the most. But hey, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Joshua LaRam Show for that Lakers talk, bro. Go Lakers, even though he's a Suns fan. I mean, AZ, you're just rocking the Suns, but the Lakers look good, baby.
Lakers suck. Ron is old.
Oh man. Okay, but in all seriously, let's get on to the Rams and Buccaneers, and I'll let you go on the talk bag. Give me your thoughts of that game.
Man, what a game. Rams jump out all over the Bucs. And then, you know what? It wasn't even one of those where we got soft or anything like that. Mistakes just started piling up. And, when we see a fumble from Cooper Kupp, where you see a snap over Stafford's head, we see Akers with 2 fumbles, and that's what happens. And we were really sitting there in the fourth quarter, like we were all sitting there watching the game. It was like, man, are we really about to get Brady'd right now? Like, is this about to happen to us, man? And it's like knowing that if that were to happen, there's no hearing the end of it all offseason. That is the conversation the whole offseason is. Brady did it to the Rams. They just fell apart again. Two times in 3 weeks they fell apart after a big lead, stuff like that. So to be able to put that together, and one thing that I love too is I think is absolutely massive on that last drive, because we all know how the game unfolded, so I don't need to actually go break it all down or anything like that. But what I loved about this team at the very end there was Stafford got sacked, and then we used our final timeout. We could have easily just sat on it and said, all right, we're going to overtime. But you know what? No, because they had momentum there, and we didn't want to go into overtime with Brady. That's a terrible decision. So what did Stafford do? Hit Kupp. Boom, boom, man. And that last pass to Kupp, that is a play that we as Rams fans are going to see for years. That's going to be a replay for years. And that's absolutely amazing. That play happened. And, I mean, that's, in hindsight, the moment I lost my voice because I was going so crazy. But man, heck of a football game. And I mean, what I can say before going into our game preview stuff is that how many times do you think Kupp is going to fumble and Akers is going to fumble twice, in one game for the rest of their, you know what I mean? Like I feel good about this team going into this game. I'll tell you that.
All right, so huge shout out to John Jay. Man, dude, I'm not a Warriors fan, so screw y'all Warriors, but go Lakers all day, every day.
What's with the basketball talking here? Mike, you ruined it,
Nah,
man.
you gotta look that hat, bro. You're killing it with the damn Suns hat. Now they're bringing the Lakers shit, but BS shit. All right, so I'll give you the recap of what I thought of that Rams and Buccaneers game. The way they started off, the Rams were dominating. They were playing really good in the first half. And then I'm starting to see some second half little struggles. And I'm like thinking, man, this is where the Rams did struggle in week 18, if I remember correctly. You guys had a 17-point lead around halftime, and then we kicked a field goal to put us in this game. And my only question about the Rams is, yeah, you guys did beat Brady and you won by 3 points, but you were just a little close to blowing it. You would have been the Falcons if I remember correctly. You guys would have pulled off the Falcons move, but luckily for you guys, they were blitzing, and that play by Stafford to Cooper Kupp pretty much put you guys in this game. Yeah, 4 turnovers is unacceptable if I had to be realistic. And if you're going to play against my Niners, you know how we are. We capitalize. And I got to give credit where it's due for the Rams. They beat Brady, and I'm glad that there's no Brady ball, please. That's just the way I felt. But we can go on what AZ thinks of that game.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think I heard somewhere along the lines of this one of the first times where I don't see Aaron Rodgers or Brady. It's so crazy to see in the world that we're living in right now. And it's actually a breath of fresh air. Yeah, it sucks that, me being an AZ fan, we're not in it. It sucks, but I mean, I would rather not have Brady. I was really conflicted. I don't even know who to go for in that Bucs game. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But it was a good game, especially towards the end. So yeah, Kupp, dude, amazing wide receiver. And I know I gave him a lot of flack with DeAndre Hopkins. This guy can freaking ball. Really good games all around. So congrats, man. Congrats on making the NFC. Shut up, conference championship. You want to hold that little sign up real quick, because I know you probably want that, all the crap I guess gave you. Oh,
you guys are down here and we're up here.
Can I be at least? Can I be where Steezy's at? Come on, man.
Well, see the one.
Come on.
Hey, third place, baby, but we're up here for some reason.
Congrats.
Hey, whose house? Niners house. Oh, my boy Sickness. Okay. But okay, for Steezy, okay, tell me what you think of that game between the Bucs and Rams.
Man, it was a great game. I thought that the Rams, they definitely, like we all saw, self-imploded. What was it, 4 fumbles? But I think for Matthew Stafford to stay as calm as he did, he definitely showed a lot of resiliency. And I just feel like a lot of other quarterbacks in his situation, with all that pressure on their shoulders, they would have folded. He didn't melt. If anything, he actually rose to the occasion, stepped up to the plate. And so I know a lot of people aren't willing to give him his flowers for these, 2 playoff victories that he's finally added to his resume. And I get it, just because the situation around him is almost flawless. And so when the bar is Jared Goff and he took this team to the Super Bowl, you kind of look at Matthew Stafford and it's like he's kind of expected to win the Super Bowl for you guys. And so I get why some people wouldn't give him his flowers, but I'm going to give him his flowers. The Rams did everything in their power to lose that game, but Matthew Stafford held on to the very end, and Cooper Kupp, arguably the NFL MVP, came through and came through for my fantasy playoff teams as well. So shout out to the Rams. Like I said before, I don't like the Rams. I feel like my biggest arch nemesis is Seattle's biggest arch nemesis, but I got to give them their props and I got to give them their credit. And I can't wait for the NFC Championship game. It's going to be one for the ages.
Great.
Yeah, it is, because this game does have the meaning of it. Like, 2 of the best in the division compete for the Super Bowl for an opportunity to go there. I mean, the NFC Championship, it can't get any bigger. The last time the Niners and Rams have met in the playoffs was in the NFC Championship game in 1989. And if history repeats itself, the one team who wins that conference championship ends up winning the Super Bowl. That's what I'm looking at. That's the stats. It's like the last time these 2 teams have met, one of them eventually ended up winning the Super Bowl. And maybe I'm a little.
That was a candlestick, though. Y'all were the home team. Now we're the home team, all right? And if we could get a match of that score, home winning 30 and the road team only putting up 3, I'll take that too.
I mean, I don't know about you guys' home field. It doesn't look like it. It looks more like Levi South, to be honest. I mean, how can you guys have a home game without no fans?
Hey, man, and I knew this was going to come up. I knew this was going to come up. This is my only comment that I'll have on that, okay, is I don't care what the hell the stands look like, man. Put up more points than the 49ers. I don't care if it's all red. Put up more damn points. That's all.
I think this is fair right here. Can we get 5 minutes of Joe and CG just trash talk?
I mean, it is your home, but unfortunately, we're the ones that kind of like expect y'all to pay our rent. You know, it's due.
Dang.
I mean, I guess, but I mean, either way, we still got a football. Are we going to talk about marketing, or are we going to talk about the football game that's happening?
Oh, talk about the football game. Let's get on it, man. I'm just playing around. Okay, but in all seriously, okay, we're gonna get on to that matchup. All right, right now. Let's see. All right, so we're on for that round 3 of the matchup, and I will pretty much let Joe Bag be the one talking about this one first, and I'll be the last, just to save it for last.
All right, I got you. It's your channel, man. I gotta respect it. But all right, man. Going into this game, what I can say is this Rams team last week definitely had some issues with the turnovers. 2 fumbles by Akers, a fumble by Kupp, a ball over Stafford's head. Those are all mistakes, but those are all fixable mistakes. And Cam Akers is, I mean, just now coming back. This was really only his 2nd game this season. So he's still getting the feel of everything. And I think that he is in a situation where he fumbled twice in a playoff game. I don't think that happens again. You know what I mean? So, and then like you see the snap that goes over Stafford's head, that was definitely on Brian Allen. It was just a miscommunication there on the line. Kupp fumbling the football, how many times does that happen? Not very often. What I can say is that this game is really twofold from the Rams' perspective, all right? One is you have your biggest division rival standing in your way of playing a home game at your own stadium. The flip side of that, you are now the only team standing in the way from your biggest division rival playing a Super Bowl in your home stadium. And I just don't see a way that this Rams team does not come in fired up, ready to go. We forget, and I think 49ers fans forget, that we jumped out 17-0 in that game in Week 18. And then I wouldn't say it was the same as last week, because I would say that game we did just go soft on it. The defense started backing off, stuff like that, and just letting the ground game go. Against the Bucs, what happened was that the Rams just kept having mistakes, and that I just don't think they were the same. As much as we could say Rams jumped out and then the team came back and stuff like that, they just weren't the same situation. So ultimately, man, I think that this Rams team is in a great spot to win this game. The game, obviously, in Week 18 also went into overtime. You know what I mean? Like the 49ers are in the playoffs because they beat us, and now they're the only team standing in our way of playing a home Super Bowl, and we are the only team standing in their way of playing a Super Bowl at our house. You know what I mean? So I think the Rams are going to be up for this one, man. And I don't see the 49ers beating us 3 times in a season. That is so difficult. You guys can all say, all these 49ers fans can say, like, we own you and all this stuff. It is so hard to beat a team 3 times, especially a team that you just played 3 weeks ago. That is extremely tough. So I'm going to say that the Rams advance to the Super Bowl I'll just throw this out there, to play the Kansas City Chiefs. And I'm going to go with a score of 27-17 Rams.
Oh, you really do see us getting curb stomped? Oh,
come on, man.
Bold.
Is that your definition? How like your definition of curb stomp, I need to know, because 10 points in my mind, that's just a win, man. Like a curb stomp is like anything like 17 or more.
I would have think 10 points or more would have been the curb stomp, because as long as you're actually more than 2. Okay, so all right, so you're predicting this team to get beat. You're predicting the Rams to beat us for that 3rd time the charm. We'll see about it, but let's see what AZ's got to say about this matchup.
I mean, do you really expect Joe to go for the 49ers? Like, really?
Oh, nah. I don't expect that.
So I've been going with my gut a lot this season. And it's been very wrong, especially these playoff games. I definitely do think that the 49ers, obviously, we've seen the memes everywhere, where, you have Sean McVay holding, McVay with the baby head on him, stuff like that, or the baby McVay. We've seen it all. This is going to be a very interesting game. It's crazy because Matthew Stafford has never won a playoff game, and he won 2 already. And he looked really, really good, really good. Man, this is a tough game to pick up. I always go against the 49ers. I ended up biting myself in the butt. But I agree with Joe when it comes down to, can you really beat a team 3 times in a year? It's going to be crazy to me. So this time, I got to go with the Niners. I'm sorry, Joe. I got to go with the Niners. The Niners are going to pull off the win. The trend continues. I'm going to say 31-40 Niners, 17 Rams. Matthew Stafford is not going to be able to get out of his own way.
Okay, so that is going to be hard for a third time. So let's see what Steezy got to say about this matchup.
Man, like I said, I'm going to pledge my allegiance with, the Niner Empire. But that said, it doesn't mean that I think the Niners are going to come out on top. Honestly, like I've told you guys before, I'm a betting man. And if I really had to place a bet on this game, I'd put my money on the Rams. I feel like that test against the Buccaneers, that was a perfect test. That was a much-needed test. And I think Matthew Stafford and the Rams, they didn't ace it, but they passed. And what I mean by that was somewhat of a test was, I know we talked about this earlier, but when you go back to that Week 17 matchup or the Week 18 matchup, the Rams were up 17-0 at halftime, and it ended up going to overtime, and they lost. And then that's how San Fran, was able to sneak in and get into the playoffs. Well, we've seen this movie before, but essentially in that game, Matthew Stafford and the offense kind of, self-imploded second half of the football game. That's kind of what happened against the Buccaneers. Same story against the reigning defending Super Bowl champions. They're up 27-3, massive lead, and then they start getting careless with the football again. Just losing the football, fumbling, and all that, not that good stuff, but that bad stuff. But like I said, they were able to hold on. They stayed resilient, stayed calm, and Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp, they won the game for him. And so I feel like going off of what Joe was saying, it is extremely difficult to beat the same opponent, 3 times in the same season. It is a divisional matchup. We can't forget that. And so those do breed upsets. And I feel like in this situation, the Rams coming out on top, that would be considered an upset. And that's kind of weird just because I know that the Rams are favored, if I'm not mistaken, but just because of San Fran's dominance, San Fran hasn't lost to the Rams since 2018. That's 3.5-4 years running. And San Fran has won 6 matchups in a row. And so I would consider an upset if the Rams were to come out on top. And I do have the Rams coming out on top. I feel like they've learned from their mistakes. Matthew Stafford and the rest of that football team is just so supremely and immensely talented. And San Fran can't keep counting on, the opposing team to keep messing up and kind of giving the game for them. I mean, the Rams, they might do that. They'll probably turn the ball over once or twice, but they can't continue to count on that being the sole factor as to why they're winning all these football games. Deebo Samuel, I get it. He's dynamic as they come. You pretty much give him the ball, any situation, any scenario. He'll get you the first down. He'll get you what you need. But against this defense, that's going to be absolutely stifling. That pass rush is going to get after Jimmy G. They're going to make him work for everything. I don't see the Niners coming out on top. I will be rooting for them, but it doesn't mean I got my money on them. I think the Rams come out on top to advance to the Super Bowl. I'm going to say LA 24 to San Fran 21.
Man, that's kind of like bold in some ways, but okay, I'm gonna put it this way, man. How are the Rams going to be able to pressure us if we're going to run it down their throats? Like, seriously, the last time we've had success against the Rams, what was the formula? Running the ball. Did Aaron Donald ever got effective at some point? Not much. He barely had any impact. And you look at the fact our defense has been able to pressure Stafford. The last 2 games in the Rams playoffs, has Stafford been touched? Not much. The Cardinals didn't do much. Did you see the way the Bucs did it? They barely did anything. Have you seen what the Niners did to the Cowboys and the Packers? We were able to create pressure and wreak havoc. Like, I don't know what is it with the doubt, but it kind of gives me a good reaction. But I'll definitely give a shout out to Corey Davis. Yeah, be ready for the broom because my prediction is the biggest statement I'm going to put. And huge shout out to your boy Edwin Gonzalez. Rams are going to win on the table against the Bengals. I don't know. We'll see about that. But thank you for the $5. But let's get on to that what I think of this matchup. We're going to physically still match up well against you guys. Stafford hasn't faced pressure since week 18, and what happened to him last time? He lost that game. He choked. So my prediction for this game is the 49ers are going to dominate the offensive trenches. They're going to run the ball. They're going to be able to have Jimmy relax. Maybe Jimmy might have a good game. Maybe he might not have to do much. But the interesting part is Jimmy don't have to do as much as he used to. Like, come on. But if he has his breakout game, this is my breakout game for Jimmy. He's going to probably have at least close to 200-some yards and maybe have a solid performance. That would probably be the only way I see it. See, you're laughing about it. But last time you
breakout game for Jimmy. That's why I'm laughing.
Hey, you're laughing about it. Remember last time you were laughing about that Packers game? You were laughing about that Packers game. And let me put it this
way. Breakout for Jimmy. Get out of here.
No, but all seriously, man. Okay, so this score prediction, man. You see, the energy keeps going up, man. The last time I wasn't under there, remember? Now I'm up here. But let's put this prediction. Okay, I definitely do got the 49ers winning 27-21. The Rams are just not going to handle us, and we're going to host a Super Bowl at Levi's South, man. So let's put it this way. We're going to have a revenge tour, the Chiefs. So book it. Chiefs are going to be the one that people want to see.
Wait, but CG, is Trent Williams going to play?
Yeah, he's already been good. No, it's a similar injury to Jordan Willis. Not that bad. No damage, no nothing. He's playing. Checked out the updates. Looks like he should be good. It's no damage, no fracture, nothing. So he's going to play.
Hey, how's Jimmy looked in the playoffs?
He looked all right, but he usually saves it up for the Rams.
Right.
He saves it up for the Rams. He saves
right.
it up for the Rams game. He saves it up for the Rams game. Like, what does Jimmy do? He just warms up and says, you know what? I want to do it to the Rams.
Man, CG, I will say this to you, man. I'm so excited for this game.
Yeah, me too.
It's going to be a very, very good game. I think, to be completely honest with you, talking straight up, not as Sheriff Joe Bags, not as your CG, we're on a Niners channel, anything like that. I think you are overly confident.
Is that a bad thing? Because that's always been the best one.
and if the players come in with
Maybe
that
we'll
attitude,
lose.
y'all are gonna get smoked.
What is delusional? Like, didn't we just? I mean, dude, it's like the last time you guys beat us was. Okay, what was Jimmy G's best performance the last time I checked? Ooh, week 18, 316 yards. Yeah, he did throw 2 picks, but he still won the game. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of Jimmy. I've always said it. You know, I was against him. Now I'm feeling like this is his best game. He's always does it against the Rams. So that guy will have to be the X factor. I think Jimmy will have to play his best game, or else this can be whatever the outcome is. You guys have to pretty much force Jimmy to do it in order for you guys to have a chance.
So for Jimmy G, now that he took you this far, is all the questions answered in terms of, Trey Lance, in your opinion, CG? Like in terms
Well, to answer that question about it, it's like, I know Jimmy G is not the long-term answer. I know he's not going to give you as much like what we expect from Trey Lance, but Trey Lance learning from the bench is actually benefiting him, so there will be no pressure, but he's gotten better. But honestly, when I look at that matchup, I feel like we should be able to, we have no pressure. Yeah, you guys want to call it an upset. I wouldn't say upset. I would say more like you won your division. You got the top, you got like, what is it, the number 3 seed or something? I mean, you guys should have the most to gain. You got Stafford. You traded all these cap space to get a lot of your star players, and I don't know how it's paying off. You're using a lot of your cap space. You're making a lot of moves just to get to the Super Bowl, and we haven't really done as much. Like, we get some of these low-key players that nobody talks about, and we build around. Sure, slowly.
I have a question real fast. I just want to know, there is an answer to this, and I don't know the correct answer, but there is an answer to this, and you can't say that there's not one or the other. What was the mistake at quarterback? Was it the willingness to move on from Jimmy so fast, or was it moving up to get Trey Lance? Like, which was the bad move? Going to get Trey Lance because you didn't trust Jimmy, or now you've played Jimmy, he's in the NFC Championship game, and you already have his replacement on the roster? Where was the mistake?
I think the mistake was just like expecting too much out of Jimmy. I think paying him like $27 million a year was a mistake, because he just had like 5 good games in 2017, and that's what got him the pay contract. He never stayed healthy, so maybe that's why you need to draft a guy to replace him. That wasn't the mistake. Maybe they wanted to build on for the future. Maybe they wanted to motivate Jimmy and tell him, you know what, your job's going to be taken if you don't step up or stay healthy. Maybe that's what the message was.
Hey, you missed a super
Well,
chat.
but he hasn't done either.
Oh, where's super chat? Where's it? Okay. Wait, is it the which one? Which one?
It's from Ruiz.
Hey,
Yeah.
Okay, let me get down there. I mean, I thought I had it.
I hate to rain on your shine, but Jimmy hasn't stepped up or stayed healthy all year long.
But where's his best games have been against the Rams, right?
And what does that do for you now? You guys start 14-0 because you guys beat us before?
I don't know about overconfident, man. I just feel like we have a chance, man. You guys are coming at me, but remember last time you guys did that. Okay, all right, there you go. All right, don't forget week 18 was not a win or die. Everything is on the line this game, and Vaughn has arrived. Jimmy has 0 TDs, and that's dude, I mean, okay, like seriously, dude, like I get that Jimmy threw picks every game. I know he doesn't put up the flashy stats. You know, I even put it in the chats. I even keep saying, let's get rid of Jimmy. Am I guilty for saying it? I am a doubter on Jimmy now, dude. You guys make it sound like I'm actually delusional about Jimmy. I've actually kind of came to a conclusion about Jimmy. We need to move on. But at this point, dude, he's our guy. And that's how it's gonna go. But I'm very confident, dude. Jimmy Garoppolo plays his best game against the Rams. Look at the stats. Look at the way he plays.
What does that do for you now? What does
It's
that
a do or die,
Sunday?
right? It's Super Bowl or bust.
Yeah, but does that mean he starts at 10-0 or 14-0 because he's done well in the past? He's still got to line up at SoFi on Sunday against Aaron Donald, Von Miller, Leonard Floyd, Greg Gaines. Come on now, man. Jalen Ramsey. Come on.
Let me ask you a question. Has Jimmy Garoppolo ever lost to the Rams? Just answer me that question.
No, he is not. But what does that do for you today?
Oh, there you
What does that do for
go.
you today? Answer
Okay.
my question, CG.
Hey, huge shout out to Corey Davis, Steezy, and Joe. Listen to my man CG. He knows what he's talking about. We putting a lot of pressure on Stafford. Like, okay, you know what? This is where I make a good argument. You know, Stafford got over the hump winning these 2 playoff games, but did he get any pressure? AZ, did your Cardinals do any pressure on the Rams, on Stafford, on that game?
Why are you bringing that up?
Hey, I'm just asking. Did your defense do any pressure?
No, man, we were terrible.
Okay, there you go. Okay,
Super chat.
all right, super chat. Where's? Oh, okay, there. Let me get down.
What did I do?
All right. KG, keep that same energy when you get. All right, we'll see about it, man. All right, I like the energy, man. I love it. I love it, man. I love that energy. I love that NFC West vibe, bro. It's all love, man. Come on, bring it. All right, Joe, stop with the because you're lucky I'm not.
Am I? I'm lucky you're not here, man. Come on now.
We'll see about it, man. I just love the energy, bro. I feel like this is like something we all like to talk about. But if you guys want to end on a high note, man, I know this is pretty much all we got to say.
Real fast, man, before we hop out of here, man, what I want to say is, first and foremost, man, good luck to your boys, man. We should have one heck of a football game to watch this weekend. One of us is going to the Super Bowl. The NFC West, the best division in sports, will be represented in the biggest game in sports. And, man, this season has been absolutely incredible. It's been fun as hell covering these 4 teams with all of you guys. We will do next week as well, or I don't know if we're going to push it one further week to go the Tuesday before the Super Bowl, but either way, we'll have at least one more of these, man, and it's been awesome, man. CG, I'm so pumped that we get this game. We get Rams-Niners for the NFC Championship game. I don't think going into this season, we could have scripted that like any better of like getting an NFC West versus NFC West. Hey,
yeah, I think it's.
Hey, if the Rams win, can I get your chain?
Oh, the chain. You want to take the chain. I don't know. I guess Joshua said the Rams show. I guess Jimmy's fake as that chain, bro. I don't know what's fake about it. He can get a porn star chick. I don't know. Oh, man, dude. We'll see about it, man. I'm excited about this game. But in all seriously, man, let the best team win, man. I don't – like, I look at this outcome, dude. Some of you guys have been saying that I'm a little overconfident, but has my overconfident backfired me on those weeks?
No, but you're to this week specifically. I think you're going way too far. This is the NFC Championship game. This is a divisional game. I don't know, man. I feel like you're coming in saying like, oh man, Niners going to be doing this, doing this, doing this. Man, these Rams have been playing some good football, right? And you can say what you want about Stafford. Stafford in the playoffs has been amazing, man. Even players that don't normally play that often, David Long Jr. has been unbelievable in the playoffs. Greg Gaines, unbelievable. Nick Scott, unbelievable. These guys are underrated players that have been playing some really, really strong football, and I don't feel like you are giving my boys enough credit, but it's good.
No, I mean, like I said, I'm giving you guys some credit on your playoffs, but you guys dominated your opponents. You dominate the Cardinals, but did the Cardinals put any pressure on Stafford? That's the question. You know, Stafford got over the hump. People were talking about him not winning a playoff game, and he silenced that doubters by winning 2. So I'll give him his credit. He is better than Jared Goff is, so that's an upgrade. So yeah, that pretty much.
Joel had a good comment, by the way. I'm going to leave your chain, man, if the Rams win.
Yeah, I put that in there. Oh, yeah, this guy. Okay, there you go. All right, dude, we'll see about that.
Okay.
All right, but in all seriously, we'll put it in the final conclusion. If it goes on for the whatever you guys want to do, then we can go from there. But I'll give you guys your final say, and we're going to end the stream from here. I'll let Joe Bag go in since we're already having that energy in.
Man, first and foremost, 49ers fans, appreciate you guys. It's been pretty fun. But you know what? We got one heck of a football game this weekend, and I appreciate the heck out of everybody for following us all season, hanging out with us on the NFC West Roundtable. So make sure you guys head over to Ram Showcase, at Ram Showcase on Instagram, Twitter. I'm at Sheriff Joe Bags, and then you can subscribe to Ram Showcase on YouTube. We'll be getting a game preview out that'll be out on Thursday for you if you want to see the Rams' perspective of this matchup that we got for the NFC Championship game. Go Rams.
All right, let's go.
Yo, what's up? Okay, so obviously I'm not in the playoffs anymore, so it is what it is. But if you do want to follow some Cardinal content, it should be coming up pretty soon. But yeah, AZ Sports Fan. I'm everywhere on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all that different stuff. Next year, man, go Suns. That's all I gotta say. Peace out. Get me off.
Steezy looks frozen.
I think he's frozen.
Steezy, you're frozen? I guess he's frozen.
At Steezy A Smith.
There you go.
Hey, Steezy, get back in. Okay, I guess he's having.
You guys hear me?
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, okay, better.
Oh, man. Connection over here. But hey, y'all, to everybody that's been tuning in all year long, NFC West Roundtable, thank you so much. We got a whole bunch of stuff planned for you guys next season, so please be sure to continue rocking with us. Keep telling your friends, keep telling everybody all about us. I promise you guys it'll be a lot better next year. But to everybody that tuned in today, thank you so much. I can't wait to see what comes. What comes. Man, Niners Rams, like they always say, all good things must come to an end. So that Niners reign over the Rams, that has to end at some point, right? But either way, I'm rooting for the Niners. So if the Niners pull it out, I guess it's a win-win for me. Please be sure to hit that subscribe for everybody at CG's Root the Sports, at the AZ Sports Fan, and at Ram Showcase, and last but not least, at Steezy A Smith for all things NFC West. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, man. Let me put mine. Definitely appreciate every one of you guys coming into the stream. This was a great roundtable. This was probably the most interesting debate by far. Man, this division is one of the best in football, and you just can't disagree, man. Like 2 of the NFC West representing for the chance at the Super Bowl. And let's just say this. My bold prediction is the winner of the NFC Championship game is going to win the Super Bowl, ladies and gentlemen. So mark that down on your calendar because CG will be correct. So that's all I got to say. But check out my channel. Check out the rest of the guys like AZ Sports Fan, Sheriff Joe Bag, Ramp Showcase, and go check out my boy Steezy A Smith as we do the NFC West and we talk our content. We rep our team to the fullest. And this was a great year for this roundtable, as always.
Cool. One last thing. Very, very, very considering making an NFC West Roundtable channel. So stay tuned for that. Make sure that you are following everybody on this platform. Everything should be in the description. We're thinking about doing a specific channel just for the NFC West, so it's a one-stop shop for everybody to get through. We'll be doing free agency. We'll be doing draft content and stuff like that. So a lot of good things, like my guy Steezy A Smith was saying. So definitely stay tuned. It's gonna be awesome off season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely is. But as always, CG Ruthless Sports, Steezy A Smith, Sheriff Joe Bag, and AZ Sports Fan is out. And as always, go Niners.
Go hard.
Regulators!